think what we're seeing in this survey is a continuation of the story of the last 12 months, which is of really quite a strong economic recovery. CFOs are optimistic about CapEx, about hiring, risk appetite is rising, and crucially perceptions of uncertainty, which 2 years ago were running really quite high, are continuing to decline. The one thing that really strikes me though in this survey is that we've seen a slight decline in longer term optimism, financial optimism, and I think it's only a small decline, but I think that is consistent with the idea that 2018 will probably be the peak in euro area growth.
This year's CFO survey gives a very interesting picture of the state of the European economy. Europe has seen a recovery for quite a while now, but it has been very weak. What we see in the spring edition of the European CFO survey is that the investment appetite of European corporates is definitely increasing, especially in France and in Germany. And this is very welcome news for the economic outlook of the Eurozone.
Major cyber attacks are seen as quite likely to happen, which I totally agree with. However, CFOs believe that such an attack would have just a medium or low impact on their financials.
Things like protectionism, cybercrime, polarization, political polarization are seen as high probability events with relatively low levels of impact.
Shortage of skilled labor in European countries is indeed a big problem, and I'm afraid it won't go away soon. We have a society that is getting older, and at the same time we do not have so many skilled people entering the European labor market. So for companies that means the war for talent will continue, and the companies have to get active to attract talent.
If you look at Germany, workers' shortages are by now more important than political risks for the corporates. And this is very interesting because, of course, this has a cyclical component. So the Eurozone has quite a strong recovery by now, but it also has a long-term component.
So I think overall a very optimistic story, but with a kind of just a little warning that we may be approaching the peak in European growth.
So the most interesting finding for me from the German CFO survey this spring was had certainly to do with investments. The investment appetite of German corporates is the highest in the last 6 years. So we reached a new record level. And this is remarkable because the recovery in Germany that has been ongoing since 2010 was largely based on consumption and exports, and this seems to be changing.